Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Malika Muhammad, of course, always bringing you fresh stories and new talent to the scene. Right now, I'm sitting in the ring with Scott Noble. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
So tell us, how did you get into MMA fighting?
To be truthfully honest, I fell into it. It wasn't nothing that I always thought of doing. I mean, yeah, I watched it on TV occasionally, but it was nothing that I always thought I would do. After I stopped playing football in college, just got kind of bored. Just felt like I wasn't, just wasn't doing anything. So a friend of mine was like, "Hey man, you should check out the MMA gym around in the local area." I was like, man, that's not my thing, man. That's not what I think I want to do. But I went in there, tried it out, and I fell in love. And first day, sparred some good guys, some good pros, and I found out I was pretty decent. I had natural skill at it. Not saying everything comes easy, because nothing comes easy in the fight game, but I had a natural feel for it, and I actually liked it. So.
And you said local gyms, you mean Baltimore?
Oh no, actually I was still in Virginia at the time. I went to school at James Madison, and once I finished down there, I wasn't doing anything, and I felt like I wasn't just using my natural gifts. So I just walked in there, tried it out, fell in love with it, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Okay. And I did do some digging, so I do know that you went to JMU. I went to Towson University, so I remember like the games and stuff with them.
Yeah.
But I remember reading that something happened with the football team. Did you just leave or?
No, actually, it was I was going into my senior year. Everybody was excited. It was pretty much going to be my big year coming up that year, and I'll never forget, I didn't go to class one day. They used to do class checks, which I'm sure they still do. And me and the coach, we never really vibed along. We never really got along too much, to be truthfully honest. And didn't go to the accounting class. Well, I actually did. I was just late, and I missed the class check time. Like, it was probably like I was there, supposed to be there at 8:15. I was there at 8:20, and just woke up late. And I feel like it was the coach's excuse to let me off the team. He never really liked guys from Maryland. I'm gonna be truthfully honest about it. I'm not gonna bite my tongue about it now either.
Right,
he didn't like us. He didn't really, he knew he needed us because we were great athletes, but he didn't really have a good feel for us. So it was kind of his way to be like, okay, you didn't do this, so we're gonna let you go from the team. It was kind of, a lot of the coaches talked to me after that. It was like, hey man, that was kind of sudden. Nobody expected that. A lot of people were upset. A lot of the coaches were distraught from it, especially my teammates. It was supposed to be our big year, but I was kind of depressed for a while about it. I mean, I played football ever since, anybody knew me. Anybody knew me, they always saw me with a football in my hand. So it was kind of rough, that being just snatched away from me, but it was the best thing that happened to me. It was really the best thing that happened to me, because with fighting in this game, you make your own name. Nobody really has control over how many reps you get or how much playing time you get. No, I control my own fate. So.
But you also went through some other things growing up. Like you said, you played football basically your whole life.
Right.
People fight basically their whole lives, but this is pretty new to you. How old were you when you first started?
I first started when I was 23. That's really, really late for people in the fight game. Most people, they start like around 8, 11, I would have wished, to be truthfully honest, I would have started at 15, 16. But it just wasn't, did a little bit of boxing when I was little, but it was nothing that I would actually be able to remember or use when I started fighting now. But yeah, it was when I look at the guys who I train with now, these guys have been training for a long time, since they were 13, 14 and stuff like that. I didn't grow up in a fight game, but it was just a blessing that I'm able to. The learning curve for me wasn't that big.
How intimidating is that, though?
It wasn't intimidating. That's one thing, we always, in my household, we grew up with. We had confidence. No matter what you do, we have confidence in it. You know you're the best. I don't fight to be okay or just for something I want to do. I want to be the best. It's just plain and simple. That's how I was raised. And we always have confidence. So.
Okay, and while everyone else was an MMA fighter now, while they were training, growing up fighting, you had other battles that you were dealing with. Can you talk about that some?
Yeah, growing up, it wasn't really, I always tell people, I don't really like to talk about it too much because I feel like it's complaining. But yeah, we didn't have it easy growing up. My good friend Deshaun, he would know, we was going through the same thing at the same time, moving pillar to post. It was hard out there for our mothers to raise us, all boys. Just constantly moving, being homeless sometimes, most of the time, to be truthfully honest. That's where I got the name Nomad. I'm very resourceful, and I know how to move, and I'm okay with that. That's just who I am as a person. Did it come from a negative thing from growing up? Yeah, but I think it's helped me a lot in my life. Yeah, my little brother, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He was a top athlete in Maryland for basketball, #1 guy, but he was homeless. A lot of people don't realize that these kids, I was homeless when I was in high school a couple of times. A lot of people don't know these athletes, they're great athletes, but they go home to something a lot different.
Right, definitely.
But it made him a lot stronger. It made my little brother a lot stronger. He's 10 times stronger than I'm sure most of his peers. Keeps you headstrong. But I don't like to sit there and tell people, oh, I went through this, I went through that, because, like my mom always said, I used to complain about not having any shoes until I met the man with no feet. So I always think in my head, there's someone off, or always someone worse off than me. So it just motivates me just to get better and create a better lifestyle,
Definitely. I was going to ask more about being homeless. How old were you when it first started, when you found yourself?
I can't even really, it's pretty much as long as I can remember. It was just, mom struggling, she's trying to raise a family by herself, it's tough, especially when there's one income in the household. I had a stepfather, but he wasn't, it wasn't like he was much of help at the time. So, my mom was struggling. She's trying to raise boys and my older sister, which my sister had to become basically a second mom because mom's always working. So just, her trying to, make ends meet and try to, support her boys and what they want to do and stuff like that. That's hard. You fall behind. People don't know how expensive it is to live.
Yes.
It's very expensive to live.
Adult life.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, my mom's tried her hardest, and I respect and I love my mother for that. That's why I have a tattoo. There's no woman, besides my daughter and my girl Kate, that really means as much to me. And my sister. Those are the women in my life that I really, I build strength from them, because especially my mom, she's so strong, just dealing with that stuff. I used to hear her cry, stuff like that, but it just motivated me to be a better athlete in high school, because other kids, oh yeah, I'm going to this school, I'm getting, my parents gonna pick. Nah, I didn't have that. Right. I had to earn my way. Me and my brothers, we were all full scholarship athletes, and mama made sure we knew growing up that, hey, you got to get it on your own. We cracked down. My brother trained us all hard. My older brother, Dwight, probably the man who I look up to as, I would say, really, because he was really a person who I just followed. To this day, I still try to be like Dwight.
That's cool. And you mentioned your close friend, Deshaun, early on, you were telling me. So that's now your manager, right? Okay. And how did that happen? Why did you choose him to be your manager?
Once again, fell into it. Must have been written. I've known Chucky ever since I can remember, and that's dead serious. We lived around we lived literally above each other in the same apartment building ever since we was 3. And we was literally like this.
You said 3?
We was 3 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Because we spent, I remember it was a couple years before we went to school together, which was our first year, which was 5 years, when we were 5 years old, I think.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I never forget it. First day, he didn't want to even go to school.
Did he cry?
Yeah, he was crying.
Oh
he was crying. I always had to be the strong one as usual, but it's okay. That's my boy. But now we just recently after the holidays, I went over because I saw he had a Sega Genesis. That's what we used to play when we was little. I was like, dude, I gotta come over and play the Sega. So we go over, and we was about to play the video game, and he was just like, hey man, dude, you doing your thing, how can I help? And I was like, hey man, help out promotion, try to get sponsorships, try to help me, email me to get the word out. And he was like, you know what, dude, I'm on it. And I'll be truthfully honest, I was like, man, this guy, okay, you might be my boy from way back, but you might just be throwing, a little bit, just be saying it, but he wasn't.
And then you all have enticement. You mentioned
Ethan
as
enticement,
well.
Baby,
What's enticement?
It's enticement. We're enticing, baby, We're enticing. That's what it is. But they was like, hey, man, we should link up, because they all have tools that they can use.
Perfect team.
They was like, hey, man, we should go with enticement. And I was like, oh, that's right up my alley.
So what's coming up?
What's coming up? Well, the most recent thing that's coming up is my fight
Right.
My opponent is Chip Maraza Pollard, a guy from Massachusetts. It doesn't matter who he is, to be truthfully honest. It's about enticement and me, you know, and what we going there to plan to do. You know, I always tell people in fighting, it's not the fight with your opponent, it's the fight with yourself. To better yourself, you know, be confident in yourself. But yeah, the fight is March 3rd, 2017. It's going to be on Access TV.
Okay.
It's going to be at the MGM Grand Casino and the Foxwoods Resorts in Connecticut. It's going to be a big event, big venue. It's going to be a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is this your first pro fight?
No. This is my first big TV fight.
Okay.
This is my third, you know, top fight, undefeated right now. But yeah, this is the first TV fight. A lot of people are like, "Wow, man, it's something."
This
you know,
big.
something big so fast. No, it's not fast. I've worked for this, you know. I may not worked for this entire my whole life, but I've worked to earn what we're getting.
You probably had to put in extra work because you started off so late.
A lot of people don't know. They look at me and they say, "Oh, Scott comes so easy to you," but they didn't know that I used to be in front of the mirror at night in Virginia, hours a day, you know, hitting no one to be in the gym, but it would be just me. I would be there for 6 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. People used to say, "Oh, you're just good." No, I'm not just good. When I first started, I saw that, I had natural ability. I have athleticism, but that doesn't mean nothing. So I really worked on the skill of what I was doing, making sure my technique was good and everything like that. People don't see that. People just see the final product and just say, "Oh, it was just easy for you." Yeah. When I'm in there, it might look a little easy, but I didn't get there by just, you know, waking up, looking at YouTube videos and going in the ring. No, I put in the work. And a lot of people don't give me credit for that, but it doesn't matter what they give me credit for. But
I bet they gave you credit after that kick I seen.
Oh yeah, they gave me credit for that. But like they say, they just see the finished product and they just like, "Oh man, nah."
That was insane. And then your energy, you just look like,
I was
he's really excited.
Actually, that was the first MMA fight that I've ever fought and really upset. Like at the weigh-ins before, the guy was laughing at me. He thought I was a joke because I was a lot smaller than him. I tend to fight up a lot of the time, especially in the beginning of my amateur career.
Wow.
Because guys, it was hard to find fights. So I fought this guy, went up to 205 pounds. And
how much do you weigh?
Right
what's
now?
Your weight class?
Oh, my weight class, I can go anywhere from 160 up to 200 if I want.
Okay, so you would go.
It doesn't
so you would
matter
fight up. So
I could fight up. I could fight down.
Wow.
But yeah, the guy was laughing at me at the weigh-ins. I'm like, "Coach, do you see this guy? He thinks I'm a joke. Like, just because I'm a little bit smaller than he thinks I'm a joke." You know, and then when we were walking to the ring, he was, just, giving me like I'm about to destroy you look. So I'm like, "Coach, I know what he's gonna do, and I'm gonna kick his head off." He's like, "Okay, go for it." He didn't believe me, and that's exactly how it went down.
Wow.
He wasn't even ready. He didn't even have on his gloves in the corner. Like, it happened so fast.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's what he gets.
Yeah.
No, let me stop. That sounds so mean. But seriously, he was laughing at you.
He thought it was a joke, man. He thought it was
and
a
that
joke.
was all over the internet. It went viral. Like,
viral.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it went viral.
That's amazing. That's so funny.
That's one thing. Don't, respect me before the fight, and I respect you. Don't take me as a joke.
Well, again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed my time.
Me too. And thank you guys for tuning in to Scott Noble, MMA Fighter.